So I was sitting back looking at Travis Etienne's career. I heard he's not a fan of Clemson, but he's a fan of football. He said that Travis Etienne was the best running back in Clemson history. I kind of disagree. I think Travis Etienne was on better teams. Like I think CJ Spiller was better all around. Like you could send CJ Spiller on a fly route and he'll catch a touchdown pass, punt returns, kick returns. What didn't CJ Spiller do? And people say, well, what about Travis Etienne? He catches touchdown passes. He does, but a lot of them are little swing passes, screens and stuff like that. Um, Raymond Priester, Clemson's all-time leading rusher. I think Travis Etienne passed him, but he played back in the 95, 96, 97. Um, he played in the I formation, so the offenses were totally different at that time. Not saying that Travis Etienne couldn't do what he done, but it was a different running style at that time. And now to be honest with you, there are two arguments you can make comparing Priester and Etienne. Priester played in less games than Travis Etienne, but Travis Etienne didn't have as many carries as Priester had. So Wayne Goldman, you talking about a do-it-all back. If you go back and look at those Alabama national championship games, if it wasn't for Wayne Goldman, we probably wouldn't have won because of his blocking. I mean, he would knock somebody head off coming through there. And it was the Alabama team, not saying the last year's team that they called the best ever wasn't talented, but those guys had some dogs on that team that Wayne Gallman used to block. Now, Wayne Gallman doesn't have the speed or the electricity that Travis Etienne got, but he will block somebody. He finished with 3,429 yards. I mean, he was a monster. But his blocking was amazing. He's still with the Giants. Um, James Davis, I think he has the most touchdowns in Clemson history. Um, I think it was at 47, I believe. I'm not sure. There's a list of people that have put a list out. Uh, yeah, Davis has 47, and that's double what Priester has at 21. Goldman had 34. Spiller had 32. Those some great teams. That team that Thunder and Lightning with Spiller and Davis, but that first game against Alabama and then they played in the Georgia Dome. They got crushed and they kind of lost favor. One of my favorites is Terry Allen, but Terry Allen only rushed over 1,000. I think his sophomore year. Excuse me. I don't know what happened his junior year because I think he had 631 yards, and he might have had an injury. I think his freshman year he had 931 yards. Um, Terry Fulligan is another one. First round draft pick, played with the 49ers. I think he rushed for over 1,200 yards. Um, during his time at Clemson, he won a couple of Super Bowls with the Niners, I believe. Let me see if I can find some stats on him. See what he did. He's in the Clemson Hall of Fame. Let me see what he did in college. Uh, like he was 13th in the nation in rushing. with 1,258 yards and 10 touchdowns. He went over 200 yards twice in his career. He's in the Clemson Hall of Fame. But he was the 21st overall pick of the 49ers. He was behind Roger Craig. And then by Roger Craig, probably the most underrated running back all time. He was a beast. Roger Craig was, but he played with Nebraska, so we didn't really talk about him. But Roger Craig had 1,000 yards receiving, 1,000 yards rushing. So, um, I saw another list of Clemson top running backs of all times. Travis Zachary is somebody I saw play in the 2000s. He was really good. That was when Bowden first started. I think he got kicked off the team for smoking weed. Bud Gary, somebody mentioned. I don't know who he is. Never seen him play. Joey Wells, top 10 all time in Clemson history. Now somebody I saw play, like I said, Travis Zachary. He rushed for like 3,058 yards, and he had 4,391 all-purpose yards, fifth all-time in Clemson history. But they said he got kicked off the team for smoking marijuana before the Manning Bowl. I think we went up there and played Louisiana Tech. Andre Ellington. He was a beast. He was on some great teams. He had 3,439 rushing, 4,586, and he's tied with Wayne Gorman for fourth in all-purpose total touchdowns in Clemson history. So, another person I don't know nothing about, Fred Cone. Supposed to have been pretty good. Yeah, he played back in the 40s. Nobody cares. I don't know nothing about the guy. I ain't never seen him play. I ain't gonna talk about him. I don't think he's better than Ellington. I don't know how you can put him on that list. But do I think Travis Etienne is the best running back of Clemson all time? I still had to say C.J. Spiller. I mean, C.J. Spiller was just amazing. I mean, no disrespect to Etienne. I didn't see him do the things that Spiller did. And the way they used Spiller was just amazing. And it's pretty good at everything he did. I mean, he didn't have the success with the Buffalo Bills that he should have, but I don't know why. But he didn't. But I don't think people are talking about Travis Etienne being a first-round pick. I don't know if he's going to come back for his senior year or not. I really doubt it, but to me, I'm just being honest with you. I don't think he's a first-round pick like C.J. Spiller was. From what I've seen, he's a great bat. He's a good bat. I mean, when he gets the ball, he's gone. But C.J. Spiller was just, like they called him lightning. They called him lightning for a reason. And he's just a monster, man. I mean, and the way he carried the ball, I haven't seen nobody else like that. The only person that comes close, and unfortunately he had a disappointing career, is Travis Feaster, that had the speed and the agility that C.J. Spiller had. But all right, I'm gone.